Howdy folks. This morning's shaving cream is going to be called Ingram, and it has just a little bit of menthol added to it. I have it whipped up over here in my, got it in a bowl here. This is a brush I got off eBay. I don't know if they're still selling these or not. It's a horsehair knot, but it whipped up pretty good. And already put a hot towel to the face. Got alum block complete with rubber band. Gonna have faders with witch hazel, aloe, and also gonna follow up with a fine snake bite. Figured that'd be pretty good after a menthol type shave. Shaver of the day. This is a classic samurai. This is the first one that I bought, and the blade in here is a Personna mini hair shaper. In other words, it's not a DE blade snapped in half. This is the same blade that you would see if you were using a injector. It's not made to fit like that, but if you're patient and pay attention to what you're doing, it'll slide right up next to the two posts, center it, close the clamp on it, works fine. It's a pretty nice shave. Like I said, I've already put a hot towel to the face, and so now I'm going to put some, this clown fruit, I believe is referred to as dirty clown, and this pre-shave is, it comes in a pretty good, this was a pretty good size chunk of pre-shave, so I have a, finally ordered, instead of a sample size, I got the full size of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements ice that's methylated, that's unscented, and it's waiting its turn, I guess you might say. Still haven't decided whether I'm going to continue on with the pre-shaves or not, but that one there, being unscented, seemed like that would be a good choice. Not that I really notice much of a scent on any of them outside of when they contain menthol. I can usually pick it up, but that's about all I can smell. What I put this in is this container right here. It's got holes in the bottom of it, allows air to circulate underneath it, and got it out of the kitchen. And that particular item there, what you do is you put that on top of a can like of vegetables or whatever, flip it over, and you drain all the fluid out and keep all your vegetables up in the can. That's what that's for, but it's for my pre-shave right now. Wet my face just a little bit more with this, see if I can work some of this in. It's been a while since I did a shavette shave on video. Figured it's been, what, 3 weeks for moving, and another week after that, and it's probably been at least a month or so. And to me, this is a good shavette to start out with, especially if you're unsure that you're going to continue on with it. It's inexpensive. You can find these without any blades on a website for about $8. With blades, $12, $15, somewhere in there. It just depends on how many blades come along with it. I know when I got mine a few years back, it was, I guess you might say, a pretty good buy. It came with 100 derby blades, and I think I was paying $12 for it or something like that. That was including shipping, so I thought it was a pretty good buy. I can definitely pick up the menthol in the shaving cream. I will say though that if you're very concerned, there's a couple of shavettes that will cover the heel and the toe of the blade. Less apt to catch yourself with one of those ends. A Focus Evolution will cover the toe and the heel, as well as the Vanta. And the one I have takes a full DE blade. I get some pretty smooth shaves with the mini hair shaper blade. I know some people don't particularly care for the injectors and what kind of shave they get with them, so this blade may not be for you. I should mention over here off to the side, I seen John Romanoff. He noticed that he was doing that. He would use a damp cloth off to the side, and that's where he'd wipe his straight razors off on. That's what I've got going on over here. It helps keep my water in the sink a little bit cleaner. As it goes for stretching, really up to the individual on how much stretching you may need to do, especially on which stroke. I know for me it seems like the against the grain is I do a lot more stretching, keeping things more taut than I do with the grain. This particular style of shavette is fairly common. There I've seen some with, I guess you might say, slightly different variations. And this one here, I like the way this one here is styled. It may not have the gems or anything on the shank, I guess you might call it right here, but it's got this little notch right here. Some of them will be straight across, and this one here has got a place for your finger. Just kind of makes it a natural thing to put your finger there. For me, it's more of a comfort thing to have that notch right there. Kind of a natural place to put your finger. My wife has a clock that chimes on the hour. I'm running just a little bit behind this morning. I can hear it going off in the living room. Like I said, this is a pretty inexpensive shaver. The Vanta, I think, sells for around $15, $16 if I remember correctly, and the Focus Evolution, I think it sells for about the same price, right around the $15 mark. Those are pretty good shavers to have. Like I said, it takes a little bit of, I guess you might say, the danger out of cutting yourself with the toe and the heel of the blade covered up. And I almost started with one of those this week just to make sure I wasn't too terribly rusty with the starting out with the shavette. That's the reason why I kind of figured maybe this weekend will be a straight razor, make sure I got a little practice in with the shavette. This menthol that's in this shaving cream is, I guess you might say, just enough in there to where you can notice it. It's not overwhelming. At least for me, it doesn't make my eyes water up or anything like that. The brush, I only lost 2 hairs out of it this morning, which is that's pretty good because the other brush I used earlier this week, I lost several. So evidently that one there's having a little bit of an issue. Depending on your, I guess you might say, your hair growth, you might find yourself doing shorter strokes against the grain than what you do with the grain. For me, I find, like I said, more of a need to do more stretching, keep things pretty tight against the grain. With the grain it seems to be okay. Against the grain it seems like my skin moves a bit more, so I kind of feel the need to stretch just a bit more. I really enjoy shaving with the shavette. I usually just do a 2-pass shave, get close enough for acceptable work shave, if you will. For me, it was a challenge to learn how to shave with a shavette. Helps me get focused in the morning, and to a degree, it's I guess you might say relaxing. Yeah, it's pretty good. You can usually tell, at least I can, on how well the strokes are going, on how well the shave's going. And this one here went pretty good today. Matter of fact, this whole week has been pretty good. Guess you might say, going back to my excuse me, my beginnings with this shavette probably was a good idea. Like I say, it's been a while since I shaved with a shavette, and this is pretty nice. I really enjoy, like I say, getting focused for the day, enjoying a good smooth shave. Don't see any weepers, no nicks or cuts, at least that you can see. Usually the alum block is going to be the one that's going to tell the story for you, whether or not you technique may be a little bit off that, or your blade, because that's something you'll have to determine on how many shaves you get out of your blades, because it may vary, and you may have a blade that wasn't quite up to snuff when it came off the line. It happens. I'd have to say there's been one that I do wonder from time to time, considering how long they've been in business. I had had 3 boxes of Bit Chrome, and every last one that I checked out of those boxes, they were terrible. So I don't know, I'm thinking perhaps maybe I just got a bad batch, because they were very dull. Oh, just a little bit of stinging this morning, not a whole lot. Good shave this morning. That's good shaving cream. If you hadn't tried it, I usually, if you have a hard time finding something at a regular website, I guess you might say what I call regular. In other words, where there's Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Fine Accoutrements, whatever it happens to be. I go to eBay and hunt some down, and the shaving cream is pretty decent. Got some witch hazel here. I do like the menthol, so there is that. One of the reasons why I really enjoy that shaving cream. The nice cooling effect in the mornings, even during the winter, kind of, I guess you might say, help you get focused. And if you're not awake yet, it will help you do that. Especially if you're going to be following up with snake bite. Now, I have the different shape bottle. This is the, I guess you might say, the original bottle shape. And to me, in other words, at times the marketing does come into play. It says here, snake bite, aftershave tonic, the original burn and quench. Guaranteed tenfold increase in vigor, bravery, and pluck. The weak become strong, the lazy become lively, and the meek become leaders of men. It also tells you to keep away from women and children. You gotta like it. Good stuff. Like I said, it definitely will help you get your eyes open in the morning and get you focused. Yeah, this definitely goes well with the Ingrams. Enjoyed my shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.